This is candidate for Nebraska City Mayor, Timothy Morgan, where kids matter, so do visitors and people with challenges. We encourage everybody to come to Nebraska City. We are to come into Nebraska City and start to live and go through the rest of their life. And you'll find out much more. This video is going to talk about, and it's been on my mind for a long time, so I'm going to get some input from Jill, and hopefully some others will make a video and share it on my YouTube as well, or my Facebook. But Nebraska City has a problem with kids in general. They have nothing to do, no places to go. In the summertime, they have way too much time on their hands. We should have like a community center. If the pool should be affordable, so does the ball fields, so these kids have a place to hang out and not cause problems, right?
Right.
But living on Central Avenue, I see a lot of, going by our house or when we're walking, skateboarders, bicyclists, etc., going towards the park. And we used to have scooters that got left around. We had somebody who was supposed to pick them up but never did properly. Anyway, so as a pedestrian, what do you think about bicycles, skateboards, scooters on the sidewalks?
I don't like them. I don't like bicycles. I don't like skateboards or scooters on the sidewalks. Those things need to be in the street only, not on the sidewalk.
Well,
not where pedestrians walk.
I can see a kid learning to ride a bike.
Well, I suppose I can see a kid learning how to ride a bike.
Or a skateboard or something. But like when they're teenagers, then what?
Well, but when they're teenagers or adults, they need to be riding in the street, not on the sidewalk. Never on the sidewalk. So,
in the middle of the street?
No, not in the middle of the street. They can carefully ride their bicycle or skateboard or scooter along the very edge of the street, along the edge of the sidewalk.
Going against traffic or going with traffic?
Going with traffic. Never against it.
What about, should they have the same rules and laws as vehicles?
The bicyclists?
Everybody.
Yeah, they should have the same rules.
I mean, they can't speed, but...
As drivers do.
They can't speed, but... They should... I think every bicyclist should at least learn their hand signals.
Yeah, so do I.
Every person. I don't care if a driver or not. You should learn your hand signals.
Yeah.
They should wear, proper gear, helmets.
Yeah, proper safety gear. Knee pads, helmets.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And if they misbehave with the rules or the laws, what should be should happen?
Well, if they misbehave on either the bike, skateboard, or the scooter, then that item gets taken away until they properly use it.
Who should take it away?
Well, that should be up to the parent of the child or children.
Yeah, but nowadays the children are raising the parents, it seems like. The child ain't going to go home and say, I broke the rules.
Well,
I think, so should it be like law enforcement stop them?
in that situation, I guess it should go up to law enforcement.
Okay. Ticket them? Ticket away? Both? Warnings?
Well, depending on what they did with the item, how they misbehaved with it.
Okay.
I suppose it depends on the circumstances.
Right. So, consequences?
Yeah, consequences.
So, what is it? How's it go? There's this, what is it? There's consequences for everything you do.
Yeah.
You miss. So, now I'm not going to say names, but downtown, I know it's a city ordinance. You're not supposed to be riding your bike. But I got informed by a pedestrian that was minding her own business. And they got struck by an electric bike.
That's not good.
So, and the cart she was pulling got, or he or she was pulling, got pushed into them, into their legs.
That shouldn't have happened.
And there were some injuries and some damages done. But the person just kept riding their bike, electric bike. Okay?
And didn't bother to see if this person was okay?
Right. So
That's
what do you
rude.
think should have been done?
Well,
This party ended up letting law enforcement know
yeah.
and other things, but what would you have done?
If I would have been on that electric, whatchamacallit?
No. Okay. This should be brought up to the city, which is, when they brought it up to me, yes, it got brought up to the city in my eyes, because I can, when I get voted in. So, what should be the consequence of all this?
Well, the consequence should be for the one who hit this person, that person that was on the electric, whatchamacallit,
Bike.
should have gotten off and asked the person that they hit if the person was okay. Took the time to ask if the person was okay.
Okay, but what should, okay, it's done, did. They
Yeah.
just drove on. It's a hit and run, basically. Now what? What's your suggestion for law enforcement, or what should be done, is what I'm asking.
Well, the law enforcement, I'm not sure if this is that person's first time or if they've done this incident before.
I don't know. I don't know all the information. I just got
I
told.
suppose first timers should be warned, but if it happens again, then they should get fined.
Okay. But this is a hit and run. So, hit and runs, should it be, since it was an electric vehicle, bicycle, which means it had a motor on it,
Yeah.
should that be treated as like a vehicular crime?
Yeah, it should be. Most definitely.
So
With a motor.
the police should go find it.
Yeah.
Should they be fined, or should they be, because it was a hit and run, arrested?
Well.
Or sent, have a court date?
Like I said, I'm not really sure about that because I don't know how many times this person that we're talking about has done this incident.
Well, nobody knows. I'm just saying. What do you think should happen to this party?
Well, I think that this party should be fined. A hefty fine.
Okay.
And if he or she doesn't pay the fine, then they should go to jail.
So treat it like a vehicular crime. A motorized crime.
Yeah.
Okay. That's no matter what the state of mind or anything.
No matter what.
Okay. So this party was talking to me and had a suggestion. So I'm going to ask you what you think.
Okay.
We should have a go in and have an engineer figure out the sidewalks and everything, but have a lane for bicyclists, scooters, etc., just for them, and then have the sidewalk, just part of the sidewalk for the walkers.
Well, I'm not sure just how well that would work. I suppose we can try it that way, having one lane just for bicyclists and skateboarders and scooters, and then the other lane just for people who walk.
So you'd have the street, and then you'd have, what I understand, I mean, we'd have to have somebody do a study on Nebraska City sidewalks, but have the street, then you'd have your motorized or your four-wheel, to your bicycles, your skateboards, your scooters,
Yeah.
in one lane, and then next to that would be like a pedestrian lane.
Yeah.
Because I know when we walk, we have bicyclists go whipping around us and skateboards. There's no warning they're coming around.
Well, somebody that is either on the bicycle or a skateboard could have the courtesy to say, I'm behind you, I'm coming around.
Yeah, which direction, yeah.
And which direction they're coming around.
Or to give us,
They could have the courtesy to warn the person.
or give the pedestrian a chance to pull to the side. Okay. Now, those are some of the things that have literally bugged up out of me. But another one I know that's really gets me is people that are using the white canes can't see traffic. You know, they just go by.
They just go by the sound of where the traffic is.
Right. But when we were in school, I remember this incident happened. But the drivers need to be aware of the white canes and respectful.
Yes, they do.
But there was in school where the driver literally drove over the cane.
I remember that incident. I remember hearing about that.
So
that was an unfortunate accident.
Lucky nobody got.
I'm glad nobody got hurt. But still, it was an unfortunate.
Speech on. Take picture. Yep. Take picture. Stop recording video. Button.
So are we still recording?
Yep.
Okay.
Speech on. Speech off.
Okay.
But yes, drivers do need to respect people with the white canes.
Right.
All drivers, not just certain drivers, but all drivers. Everybody who drives, basically.
Okay. Now, this one, the next subject is going to be at we can't do anything in the city level, but as a mayor, but accidents happen because people are, sidetracked.
Yeah, they're not paying attention.
So, what is your feeling about texting and driving?
Well, I feel highly that texting should not be done while driving.
Okay.
Neither should phone calls.
Okay.
I feel that you should wait to text or call someone until you are parked.
So pull over to the side of the road.
Yes, pull over to the side of the road, not interfering with traffic. Stop the vehicle and either talk or text the person that is either calling or texting you.
Okay. How about walking and texting or phone calls?
Walking and texting?
Mm-hmm.
Well, same way as drivers. Except when you walk, you pull off somewhere where you won't get hurt. And you either call or text that person that's either trying or to call or text you.
Okay, so respond back.
Exactly.
Okay.
Respond back, but do not do it while you're walking. So that you can pay attention while you're walking and not run into anything or anyone.
So what I would like to do is put on this YouTube channel. I'm going to search it where people are texting and walking on their phones. Everything.
Yeah.
There's a video that shows all like people falling in ponds at malls and stuff.
Yeah, because they're not paying attention.
Yeah. All right, so now this is kind of a sore spot. You're walking, you're talking, or you're driving. Okay, but
yeah.
What if they use a Bluetooth, like an earpiece?
If they use a Bluetooth, like an earpiece?
Yep.
Well, then most definitely. Are you talking about cars?
Cars are walking.
Okay, well, cars, like I said, need to be parked. And they need to be somewhere pulled off the side of the road, parked. And use their Bluetooth and talk to the person that they need to talk to.
Okay.
And then when that conversation is over, then they can drive to wherever it is they're going to drive.
Okay, or walk.
Or walk.
So Bluetooth shouldn't even be used unless, what about just having it in your ear while they're driving or walking?
What about what?
Walking and just leaving it in your ear.
That's not good either. Because that can be sidetracking too.
So what would that do to the sound?
Huh?
What would that do to your surroundings, your sounds?
Well, that would interfere with your sounds.
Okay.
And you need to pay attention when you either walk or drive. You need to pay attention to sounds.
So, down the road, with texting and driving, walking, I hope the government will make a law where they can ticket or warn these people, right?
Right.
You know, I think it's I don't know if it's state law and you can't text and drive or what, but now living on Central Avenue, I know the kids get out of school, and it happens on Friday nights. Kids are going to be kids. But what about these adults, kids that have the music cranked in their cars so loud it's rattling their windows? Or the car, you're sitting in the car next to them,
Yeah.
and it's rattling your windows. You can hear every word.
I don't like that.
Or you're in the house and you can hear the radio, just words just like nothing.
I
Like
don't
you're
like
sitting-
that at all. Because that's sidetracking. Extremely sidetracking. Not only to the driver, but to others around the driver.
Okay, but what about, so there should be a noise level,
Exactly.
okay?
There should be a noise limit. Especially with teenagers. There should be a noise limit. The radio, if you want it on while driving, should be just loud enough that you can hear it, but not too loud that it rattles the windows.
Okay. But do you want it to the point, what? So if sirens and stuff are approaching you, you want it loud enough that they can't hear it, or you want them to hear it?
Well, you want them to be able to hear sirens if the sirens go by where the teenagers are driving.
Well, I'm not just saying teenagers.
And you want them to be able to hear trains too.
So horns,
And horns.
right? And definitely not after 10 o'clock
No, not after 10 o'clock
at night.
at night.
And maybe 7 a.m. Okay, so that's one of the things that I think if the radio's too loud, then they should be warned about it.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, one more subject about sound and everything. And I know we can take this to this is a city level, city ordinance thing. But when fireworks,
Yeah.
okay, so
Excuse me.
yeah, what do you think the ordinance should state as a fireworks? When should they be able to buy them?
Well, in my opinion, and I know that a lot of people aren't going to agree with me, but in my opinion, the fireworks for the 4th of July shouldn't be able to be purchased until, I'd say maybe the night before the 4th of July. And
well, you got people coming in out of town, so.
Oh, well, I didn't think about those people. Well, for those people,
You know, you got
I
things.
don't know what it should be for those people.
So maybe selling them like it is now, maybe 1 to 2 weeks out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I suppose so, for the out-of-towners.
Well, it don't make out of towners or not, but so you can buy them 1 to 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah, 1 to 2 weeks ahead of time.
But the nights, all those nights, you know, up to the 4th, don't count the 4th. What do you think should be the times they can shoot them off?
Well,
And it should be done.
I know that the city ordinance is 10 o'clock, so I feel that the fireworks should all be done, being shot off, no later than 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah, but what if I think it starts getting dark at what, 9, 10? In July, I don't remember, but okay. So 10, no later than what, 11? And then at the 4th of July, then what? Midnight?
Well, I don't really know how that would go.
Well, 4th of July, people are going to the fireworks show. They come home about 10:30, 11.
Well, I suppose in that case, you could go until midnight, but then after midnight, no more fireworks.
For the rest of the year?
They're done.
For the rest of the year.
Well, at least until New Year's.
Yeah,
Some people like to shoot off fireworks New Year's.
right.
So, I suppose they're done until New Year's.
Okay, so basic holidays. Now, what about these people that are shooting fireworks all year round,
Well,
thinking they can do it? There should be consequences.
I know.
So what do you think if they want to, let's say they're having a birthday party or something,
Yeah.
and they want to shoot off fireworks, what steps do you think they should do?
Well, I never thought about shooting off fireworks at birthday parties, though. I don't know what should be done about that.
I mean, should they just have the right to do it at any time? Or should they let the city, take it to the city?
Well,
And let
I
them
suppose
know,
that should be
so the
taken
police
to
are-
the city.
That way the police are aware of it.
Yeah, the police are notified of this.
So if there's calls. Okay. Because if you're going to block off a street or whatever, you need to go through the city and have it approved.
Yeah.
So if that way, if the city gets called.
Yeah.
Otherwise, to me, it's like shooting a gun off in city limits.
I know. I
So,
agree.
should the law intervene, just like somebody shot off a firearm?
Well,
And
like I said, I'm
just,
not really
if somebody
sure
just
about
does
that.
it let's say today, right? Just out of the blue, they just went out and shot fireworks off.
Yeah.
Okay? They didn't get permission, did nothing. They just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Which should be done.
Well, that's a good question.
If law enforcement gets called, what should happen?
Well, they should be warned about it.
Okay.
Warned that if they do it again, they might get fined.
But people, okay. But the police can only do so many warnings.
I know. I understand that.
So, and fines,
Yeah.
you have to have a reasoning for fining.
Well, depending on where the person shut the firework off.
So let's say city limits. Okay. Some towns doing research they go to the party's house.
Yeah.
Where they get called.
Yeah.
And they confiscate all the fireworks.
Yeah. Well, depending on where the person or people shut off the fireworks.
So should it be, besides holidays, without permission, right?
Right.
Should the people be allowed to, or should they be punished?
For shooting off fireworks?
Mm-hmm. Just
well,
any day.
I suppose, depending on how late they shoot off the fireworks.
Well, it was about a month ago, they were shooting fireworks off somewhere. And it was, at night, 10, 11 o'clock.
Well, that's not late.
So, okay, for you, it's okay to shoot the fireworks off any day of the year.
Well, I'd prefer fireworks if they're going to be shut off for 4th of July and New Year's.
Right.
And maybe New Year's Eve.
Right.
So maybe 3 times a year the fireworks should go off. But for the rest of the year, I'd prefer them not to go off. But
okay, so what do you prefer? If they do go off, they should be punished?
Well, if they do go off, people need to be responsible for wherever they shoot off the fireworks at.
Okay, but there is an ordinance that says you cannot shoot a gun off or fire any weapon off in city limits.
Well...
Okay, so fireworks have gunpowder.
Yes, I know they do.
So to me that falls under the category of a firearm.
Yeah.
So...
True. I understand that.
No matter what time or anything, you're saying it's okay to shoot it off
well,
any part of the year?
To...
Or should they just, the law enforcement may just step up and, the firearms go off, and treat it like a firearm going off in city limits?
Well, But you said that sometimes people like to shoot off fireworks at birthday parties?
Well, but then I think they should at least be notified the police or the city hall what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But that's not every day.
No, it's just once a year. That's not every day of the year, though.
Right. So the ones that are shooting it off just out of the blue, just, I had a good day at work today. I'm just going to go light a bottle of rocket off or a series of rocket, things off.
No. You mean for reasons like that?
Yeah.
No.
So, those people, what should happen?
Oh, those people?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose those kind of people should have their firearms, or not firearms, but fireworks confiscated if they're not going to use them properly.
Okay, what about if they don't like the sound of their neighbor's dog or whatever, and they're shooting fireworks up in the air?
That should not be allowed.
Okay.
Because the fireworks could, depending on where they are from the dog, could hurt the dog.
Well, so that would be 2 counts. Shooting fireworks off in the city limits. Firearms, right?
Right.
And cruelty to animals.
True.
So I know the police department has in the past letting these, the laws go. But what do you think they should do? With all the subjects we've talked about, should they enforce it or stay the same or back off on punishments?
Well, they should enforce the punishments.
Of texting, calling.
Yeah. All the subjects we've talked about.
The bicycling.
Yes, the bicycling, the skateboarders, the scooters. They should enforce the laws.
Okay. I got you right. Gotcha. So they need to react.
Yes, they need to react.
Okay. Okay, you asked me the other day. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to put you on the other foot.
Huh?
So you asked me the other day this question. I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay.
Now, Steinhardt Park.
Yeah.
Okay. The video we just did last night, having called more music in bringing more music to town or whatever.
Bringing music to the community.
Right.
Right.
We witnessed on that video 3 motorcycles going and 2 coming backwards through the park, correct?
Correct.
People can view that on if they'd like. Okay, how would you correct the problem?
How would I correct the problem?
Of kids, okay, high schoolers,
Yeah.
they park in the parking lot, okay. Let's go on through kind of quickly. You get over there on the side up by the pond. That's like a straightaway. People like to race right there, side by side.
Yeah.
How would you like the city
excuse me.
to correct the situation?
Well, what I would like to do, again, is to make a certain, I don't know if I want to make a certain sidewalk or a certain lane where people like motorcyclists who like to speed by things, where it's just their section,
Okay, motorcyclists,
have a specific,
well, the motorized vehicles are in the street, over in their drive.
yeah,
We have a sidewalk that goes from the entrance now to where it goes to Fourth Court, so there is nothing all the way from the pond all the way to the exit. So you're putting yourself on the street. Where what I classify as a straightaway, where the people like to race,
yeah.
there's no sidewalk.
Well, I'd put a sidewalk there.
So you want,
I would put a sidewalk there just for people who like to speed on motorcycles. And
well, I wouldn't
ones
want the
who seem to
motorcycle,
like to
no,
do that,
I don't want motorcycles on the sidewalk,
well, I don't either, but
okay?
I'd prefer them on the street, but
But, okay, let's concentrate on, this, just the kids driving through there kind of quickly.
yeah.
When they're coming out of school, there's nobody at the playground. But so, how would you correct or slow them down?
How would I slow them down?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Just what would you, not you would do, but what would your suggestion be for the city to do?
okay, to slow people down?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose maybe have cameras.
Okay. Where would you put the cameras?
Well, I'd put them somewhere where people can't easily see them so that they don't know that they're on camera.
Okay. Anything else? But anytime you have a camera, you got to have somebody monitoring it
Yeah.
in order to be alert to it. So,
Yeah, well, there should be somebody monitoring it.
so like, who would be monitoring it?
Well, I'm not sure who would monitor it.
Well, who would you suggest seeing it?
Well, I suppose I'd suggest somebody from the police department.
Okay. Okay, so that's an idea. That's a plan A. You have a plan B?
Well, I don't know what plan B would be. I'm not sure if I have a plan B.
How about like after school, having an officer in the park? So you can start catching these people?
Okay.
Because if kids are gonna, oh, Johnny got busted, now I gotta be careful. Or
Yeah.
Tommy got busted yesterday. That's gonna
So
go
now
to,
I gotta be careful.
because we don't know where the police are. Right?
Right.
So is that a suggestion?
Yeah.
Okay. And going through the park, I don't think there should be no warnings. You're going through a park. Should they pull them over and verbally warn them?
You mean if they speed through the park?
Yep.
Like some people do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that there should be any warnings. I think that if you are speeding through the park, you should be fined. A hefty fine.
Okay.
You don't pay that fine, you go to jail.
Okay, or you lose your license, but okay.
Or you lose your license.
You keep saying hefty, so give me what would you say a hefty fine is?
For going through the park speeding?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how much a hefty fine would be.
Well, you keep saying hefty, so let's say the first time.
I don't know. I haven't really selected a number for the hefty fine.
Or should it be just treated as like if you got pulled over in the construction site or something like that? Whatever the traffic law states.
Well, I don't know what the traffic law states, though.
Right.
That's my problem. I don't know what the traffic law states.
So, suggestion to Nebraska City is what? We need to pick up the pace on the punishments.
Well, we need to pick up the pace on the law enforcement.
Right. And then the crime rates.
Yeah.
So you think that have the community come together?
Yes, have the community come together.
And what?
And be willing to help out with things like that.
Okay. So if they see something suspicious, call it in.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Sounds good. So maybe we should have we have like Crime Stoppers. Towns have tip lines.
Yeah.
So the 911 center don't get busy or the police department number doesn't get overwhelmed. What do you think we should do?
Well,
Have a certain phone number?
yeah, have a certain phone number that people can call when people decide to do things to break the law, like speeding or
Okay.
loud music or whatever.
A report line.
Yes, a report line to report people like that in.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.